The most expensive sitcom ever made has finally come to an end, guys. Yes, The Acolyte, it's finally over. Everybody can breathe a sigh of relief. And guess what? It's as bad as you thought it was gonna be. I mean, did you expect anything less? 7 episodes in, and we finally arrive at our destination. It was excruciating. I found myself at certain times wondering, would I ever be able to finish this show? Because episode 7 just drained the life out of me. That was just terrible. Another flashback episode. Episode 8, titled The Acolyte. How original. At the end of the day, guys, there was no way imaginable on this physical universe that we occupy that they were going to pull this TV show back from a black hole and make it work. It is what it is, guys, and that's unfortunate. I feel sorry for the people that love the show. That's okay, guys. Not everybody feels the same about the show, but like I said before, you cannot polish a turd. It is what it is, guys. Accept it or you don't accept it. I can't paint this thing like the Mona Lisa when it's bad graffiti on a wall that's busy breaking. It is what it is. When it comes to the script, guys, it makes no sense whatsoever. What was the purpose? Why did you make this show? Because obviously, guys, when you go in and you want to make something, you need to have a clear idea of what you actually want to do. I mean, I saw a recent interview with Leslye and I'm not convinced because some of the questions she was asked, it was like she was winging it. She didn't even know what's going on. And I mean, if you are the showrunner and you don't know what's going on here, that's very scary. That scares the living daylight out of me, guys. And now my biggest question is, and I have a lot of questions, we're going to get to those. What is the main purpose of this show? What were they trying to achieve? Whatever they were trying to achieve, I basically think they just took a huge dump on the legacy of Star Wars. This doesn't even feel like Star Wars. This feels like something entirely different. This could have even been a bad parody of Star Wars, then I would have accepted it in a certain way. But the fact that this is a part of Star Wars canon is just crazy to me, guys. This show shouldn't even have gone into production. Who signed off on this show? Did anybody actually watch this before they said, you know what, let's release this out into the world? Let's give the world 7 weeks of excruciating pain as we finally witness the death of Star Wars. It's that bad, guys. It's that bad. This show left a bad taste in my mouth. This is, oh man. Why not just do a High Republic show? Just do a High Republic show that's set in that era, that focuses on the Jedi. Not tell this elaborate story about a witch coven and, oh my word, like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, what are we doing here? Let's unpack what actually happened here, guys. I mean, it's so predictable. Anybody could have predicted this, guys. Let's focus on Osha. Now, Osha, I think Osha just saw Qimir's package and she was convinced, you know, like if this is what the dark side is like, sign me up. She joined the dark side. She saw the package and it was game over. I mean, like, the thirst trap worked. It worked. Genius. That is one thing I can say was genius. It worked because Osha, she has the helmet on and she just loses it. She just connects completely. And just like that, snap, I'm over to the dark side. And easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Crazy. Qimir, I actually think is one of the characters in the show that we knew what this guy was about right from the get-go. We just knew that this guy had a purpose. He needed an acolyte. He even stated it himself. I want a acolyte. That was his main purpose. He's actually the character, the most focused character in the entire show, which is weird to say because You don't know who's the protagonist, who's the antagonist. There's a lot of bloodlines in this show. Who's bad, who's good, whatever. It's just all over the place. And he's a good character. And then we have May. May was a murderer. No, not even was. She is a murderer. She was hell-bent on killing all the Jedi that was involved in what happened with her mom. She's pissed off. She's angry. And in this episode, she's just different. She's just a different person. Now, this leads back to the thing where they actually said that they are one person in two different bodies. That's yep. Wrap your head around that. Okay. Things are crazy. Now, my personal favorite character in the show has been Saul. Saul, great character. But what happens to Saul in this episode is unforgivable. You don't do that. You don't do that. This guy only meant well. He only tried to do the right thing. He even said it. I wanted to do the right thing. I did the right thing. And he gets killed. Osha goes dark side. Jedi Force chokehold. Gone. Saul out of the picture. Just like that. I actually like Saul as a character. I actually feel like it would have even worked better if Saul had his own show. He would have been a character that everybody connected with because he had that about him, you know. He had that aura. He had that characteristics that people would gravitate towards. My favorite character in the show, definitely. And what they did to him here is just crazy. Osha picks up Saul's lightsaber, and then because she's so infuriated and overcome by evil now that she turns the lightsaber red, which is an indication of how we get the red lightsaber. Yes, guys, this is just I'm trying to figure out like what exactly happened here. Like what are we doing here? And on the other hand, you have Venestra. Yes. The Jedi Master with the purple whip lightsaber. Obviously, people predicted it, saw it coming a mile away when they saw the scars on Qimir's back. So she and Qimir, they have a connection. Now, the one thing that upset me the most about Venestra, which actually makes me think that do Jedi even really matter anymore because they are just liars. They lie. This show turned Jedi into liars, people that lie. They can't tell the truth to save their own lives. That's how bad it has become. Now, she covers the entire thing up. Saul is the bad guy. She makes Saul take the fall for everything, which is unfortunate for Saul's legacy. But that's the route that she takes. She knows what's going on here. She has seen the big picture. But she decides, you know what? Let me tell a lie. And ultimately, that's also what happens at the end of the episode where she walks up to Yoda. We don't really see Yoda. So, yes, Yoda is also here. Not Baby Yoda. I like Grogu more. But that's another story. So, I'd like to see... Okay, look, at this point, it's obvious. There needs to be a season 2. If season 2 actually happens is the big question, you know. It has built up a fan base. I don't know, because people are not really talking about it in a good way. But then if they sign off on a season 2, I really hope that they learn from their mistakes and what they did this season, because it's terrible. One standout moment in the show that was actually great, specifically in this episode, is the fact that we saw our first live action version of Darth Plagueis. Yes, Plagueis has been pulling the strings from behind the scenes. Like, he's just lurking in the shadows and waiting for Amazon to deliver his package. He's just waiting in the back, and to see him in live action, why didn't you just go that route? Give us more Darth Plagueis, you know? You set up this whole twin scenario here when you have somebody as massive as Darth Plagueis. Just give him the spotlight. I mean, okay, the way he went out was kind of bad. He got killed in his sleep, you know? But it's also something that I think they should explore. That they could have went that route, guys. This could have been the origin of where the Sith come from. That would have been a show. Sign me up. If you were going for that, if that was the direction you were going, origin of the Sith, whew, you would have had a show on your hands. I mean, everybody loves a good villain. Just go that route. You would have had everybody on board. With that said, another aspect that stood out, which I really enjoyed in a show where good things are hard to come by, the action in this show is fantastic. I mean, episode 5, Qimir going to work on a Jedi, that was a fantastic episode. It was brilliant. And this lightsaber fight, there had to be a lightsaber fight. I mean, it's the finale, guys. Come on. Saul goes up against Qimir, and it is fantastic. It's almost a mix of The Matrix and Star Wars. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. They could have dived more into that. Give us more action. People love action. I mean, hell, if the script is terrible, at least make it entertaining. Are you not entertained? That would have been a better way to go about things. I mean, people would have overlooked the script if it was entertaining stuff. Bells, whistles, just explosions, just go all out. Just add a lot of things that people haven't seen in Star Wars. You might have convinced a few people to be like, I never saw that in Star Wars. Okay, Qimir did show his package. I never saw that in Star Wars. So if you can do that, then you can do the other stuff. Simple. And this is a weird one, guys. When I think about the Acolyte and where it fits into the Star Wars universe. Number one, it's definitely the worst Star Wars TV show I've ever watched. Hands down. No two way about it. What is the purpose of this show? I mean, if you lead into season 2, obviously Qimir and Osha are dating now. So that is another CW aspect that we can go into. May has completely lost a memory of what happened. She only remembers up until 8 years old. Venestra covering up the whole thing. Master Yoda. What does Yoda have to say about this? Is he as much involved in covering up the whole Sith drama? Or these fights, are they going to happen behind the scenes? A massive cover-up for 100 years before we get to the Phantom Menace? Are we going to lead into Anakin Skywalker's story? Are we going to see Darth Plagueis, get Sidious on board? There's a lot of different avenues that was opened up with this finale. But the worst thing is that nobody cares because the show is that bad. A missed opportunity. A massive missed opportunity. This could have gone in any direction. So season 2, I don't know, guys. That is a if, it's a maybe, it's not confirmed. Will Disney Plus take that risk after this disaster? I don't know, guys, but they definitely need to get the fan base back on board. And I feel like The Mandalorian and Grogu has to be big, has to be huge, has to be colossal. Or maybe the Sean Levy movie that's coming out. But they need to come up with something here. They need saving grace because the Force is definitely not with this one. Okay, not the Force. The thread. The thread is not with this one. And the thing that bothers me the most here is, what was the target audience for this show? I mean, Star Wars is generational. You have generational fans, all ages, people that are picking up Star Wars only now, Empire Strikes Back, the genius of that movie, and then you serve them up something like this. That's just crazy. So I would like to know, when they went in their right minds, who did they think that this show was for? And/or definitely for a mature audience. It's like HBO Star Wars. Definitely. This is not even for kids. Teenagers maybe, but who is this for? If you're trying to sell toys, Bob Iger, I don't know. This is not the show. I'm not going to go and want a Mayor Osha action figure. It's not how you do it. Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca. I'm on board. Give me that figurine any day. Han Solo. Yes, the good old days. Call me nostalgic, but this is not the new era of Star Wars you want to usher in. Because, I mean, if you are new to Star Wars and this is your first taste of Star Wars, I actually feel bad, because this is bad. And I can't believe that I made it all the way through this show, guys. It's insane that I made it this far. 7 weeks of excruciating pain and agony. I made it. We got through this thing. Now, please let me know what you guys think about the Acolyte. I don't know. This is just me being as honest as I can be. I don't even know how to piece this whole thing together. It's crazy. The tracker alien dude betrayed Saul. Everybody just turned their back on Saul. Better call Saul. Dead. Crazy. And that's what it is, guys. This is on another level. I don't know, guys. I would love to know what everybody thinks after the dust is settled on the show. Please comment down below. Have you watched this? Are you interested in this? Or you just told yourself, like, you know what? I'm staying away from this garbage. Because it's garbage. Snarky J knows. It's garbage. And it's unfortunate. But that's it for me, guys. The sun finally sets on the Acolyte, and I would like to do the same that what May did. May just erased her memories. I would like to erase my memory of this show. This doesn't exist. Poof. Darth Plagueis in the shadows. Yes. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. That's it for me, guys. And finally, it's over. Catch you on the next video.